guys, welcome back to the CuléPodcast. Welcome back to another watch long. Barcelona back in La Liga against Las Palmas. Barcelona at the top of La Liga as of last weekend, and we're going to be looking to continue that momentum. Atletico Madrid won, putting the pressure on Barcelona for us to win. They had a dominant victory over Valencia, a 3-0 victory in the Estadio, which means when you look at the La Liga table, they are in first place, but with a game over Barcelona. And so Barcelona, with a game in hand, they have the opportunity to maintain the status quo and be 1 point over Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid, I believe they play tomorrow. Yeah, they play tomorrow against Girona. That's going to be, I would say, a relatively straightforward game for Girona. For Real Madrid, I don't think that Girona are going to be causing too much issues. But Barcelona back in La Liga, guys. Let's look at the lineup. Szczęsny, Balde, Cubarsí. Eric Garcia gets to start. Okay, interesting. Koundé, Casadó back in the lineup. Pedri, Raphinha, Fermín, Lopez, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski. Okay, so my guess is that Frankie de Jong is being rested, Inigo Martinez is being rested, Gavi being rested, Fermín Lopez starting in his place. Okay. I like the lineup, guys. I think it's relatively solid. Game hasn't started yet. You're bringing the audio.
Sprinkle of luck that you need, because Jorge de Frutos missed an open chance in the stoppage time of the second half that could have been obviously a draw for Rayo Vallecano. You also need that. You need to win the games that you don't.
Is Ter Stegen back? No, he's not. Ter Stegen is not back. He has been, getting back on out onto the pitch, but he's not back just yet. What's up, Sylvan? Surprised to see Cubarsí start. Figured he would have been rested. Honestly, I was expecting 1 or 2 rotations, and looking at the lineup, he has made some changes. Fermín Lopez back in the lineup, Casadó back in the lineup, Eric Garcia back in the lineup. So, he has made some changes. Not the changes that I expected, but completely understandable. What's up, Juliet? Another day, another Barca game. Let's go. We need to be careful because the last time we faced Las Palmas, we did lose in our home stadium. We did pick up a loss.
Las Palmas and Español, and yet getting those results. I remember the big upset that Barcelona got against Granada when Diego Martinez was managing the Andalusian team. He brought Granada to play the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League against Manchester United not that long ago. He's a great manager.
Well, he did the things to fix what was going wrong for Las Palmas earlier
on,
and they seem to.
I hope Szczęsny gets. Oh, whoa! Wait, why?
Christmas and New Year break.
Why dancing duck?
The wrong time for Las Palmas because they haven't.
That's so negative.
Since. And, for Barcelona, exactly the opposite is true as we get underway here.
All right.
In the dark shirts with the red trim. Canaria.
So we can score?
Las Palmas in the yellow and blue.
Wait, it makes no sense.
Party time in this part of the world. Carnival in Gran Canaria.
With Casadó falling out of the starting lineup, would you be willing to sell him in the summer, seeing how we got Bernal coming back next season? I wouldn't. I still believe that Marcos is a quality player. I don't think that his level has dropped significantly. I don't think it's a situation where Marcos is just performing poorly. No, I don't think so. And I think he could be an option in that midfield to, maybe when Bernal does come back, to give him some rest,
12 games unbeaten now in all competitions since the break. It was an interesting ball into the area, which didn't ultimately.
I'd be looking to keep Casadó in the summer. I would think it'd be very rash for Barcelona to sell him after just one season.
Barcelona goalkeeper, of course.
He was a backup of Ter Stegen. He was only a starter in the Copa del Rey competition, which he won a few times with Barcelona. I remember him giving an assist to Philippe Coutinho in a game against Sevilla.
Here's Pedri getting his first touch, and it was almost a beautiful one too. The cross not that far away.
Oh, what a lovely back heel.
Las Palmas with a chance to launch some sort of counter-offensive for Ollie McBurney getting his first touch. He'll lead the line and try and get into the centre for the cross. Koundé only half away.
Nice clearance, Koundé. Make sure to block the shot. He's trying to cut inside.
For the home team. And then a
nice, Szczęsny.
Szczęsny is not able to claim, and McBurney.
Whoa.
Now, was there an offside flag? There may have been.
Okay, okay. It was a difficult shot. Should have done a little bit better there. Oh, good. If Pedri gets injured afterwards, then you'll be using your reserve keeper. Yeah, all three of them are offside, honestly.
Bajeti takes the shot. McBurney was in an illegal position. Yet another.
Seeing how stacked our midfield position is, and if Frankie stays, I honestly would. I honestly would myself. We gotta bring in funds one way or another. Okay, okay. See, but instead of, for example, selling.
The first intervention of a goalkeeper usually sets the tone, and you don't want to send that message to your defense.
And I would say not many of those previous 135 offsides calls, Alex, have come that close to their own penalty area.
Oh wait, is the ball still in? The ball's still in.
Catch opponents out. Up at the other end, you're trying to catch Las Palmas sleeping a little. Yamal going to work.
Fermín Lopez, you're clear. No, Lewandowski. Oh no, Maurice.
Trying to tee up Lewandowski. The Las Palmas defense already looking under duress here.
No, Lewandowski. Hey, Barcelona, they had some good opportunities right here. Unfortunate that
let's take a look at this.
We weren't able to take advantage of it.
He's so good, curling the ball perfectly into Fermín's feet, and Fermín was so unselfish. He could have taken a shot, but he saw Lewandowski in an open position. He played the pass behind the Polish striker. That's why he couldn't get a clean touch.
Fermín Lopez getting the chance tonight. It's just his sixth
start
of the LaLiga campaign.
Wow, you can hear the frustration in the stands and everything. Is Gavi playing? He is not. Gavi's on the bench. Don't win the league before you injure all of Barca keepers in the fence and avoid offside trap. It's between him and Araujo for me.
Player that is making his comeback after suspension.
Okay, so Selvin, you're in the bait of selling Marcaso or Araujo for funds. Okay. First, I don't think that Barcelona are going to be in the situation where they're going to need to sell a player. I think it's just we reached a point where, like, if we want to sell a player, we can. And I would sell Frankie over a Marcaso, over an Araujo. I just think that Marcaso has more upside. Very young.
Paces out his run up here. Lewandowski takes it, but is quite some distance away from making
Free kick from Lewandowski goes off.
Lewandowski leading the race for the top goal scorer award in Spain, the Pichichi award.
He put too much power on that
battle against Kylian Mbappé, and he's yet to score. He's yet to score against Las Palmas. Lewandowski.
Yeah, it's one of 3 teams left in LaLiga that he hasn't scored against. Almeria and Leganés are the others, so it's
Leganés, okay.
The teams at the other end of
What's up, Chuchu? Araujo is not going to stay as a bench warmer.
This is Alberto Malero, Canaries native.
Okay, so in the summer, then we saw Araujo.
Pedri, you also mentioned a little earlier, Alex.
We saw Araujo.
To the Canary Islands, actually the first time.
What, 65, 70 mil around there?
In Gran Canaria.
Upside, yes, but some type of profile as Gavi and with Marc Bernal coming back starts over him, seeing how Flick favors Frankie.
So good.
Yeah.
He impressed Ronald Koeman, back then the manager of Barcelona, in the training sessions, and he was promoted to the first team. Alberto Moleiro is a very similar player than Pedri. He has
See,
been
I'm a
rated
fan of
as
having big
Pedri
squads.
as
You
well.
know, I'd rather have a big squad
by the Canary
rather
Blues.
than have a short squad. Because if Barcelona they were to pick up injuries, for example, you just look at Barcelona at the start of the season. We had Gavi injured, we had Marc Bernal injured, we had Frankie de Jong injured, we had Pedri injured.
Yeah, another foul by Esugo. He is capital in the midfield of Las Palmas.
You had
and
so many players injured that you know you
attacked by the opposition.
you sort of do need to account for that. You need to account that the team at times is going to be, you know, spread thin. And I'd rather have, you know, a La Masia player make up the numbers in the squad rather than, you know, go out and abroad. Because it'd be much easier to manage their ego and their play minutes and say, hey, you know, you've made it at the top. Certain games you're going to be playing, certain games you're not.
Again, pushing forward.
I heard Mbappe's name. What do you think of him? Personally, don't like the guy. Mbappe is a great player, but I just think that he's heavily overrated. So some people say that he's on a GOAT path, for example, and I don't think that's right. I think Mbappe's ceiling could be, you know, like a Thierry Henry, you know, a great in the game, but I don't think he could be like an all-timer, for example.
Pre-game talk, Koundé, Cubarsí, and Raphinha are the only.
Casadó isn't going to bench Bernal.
Featured in all the LaLiga games so far.
Yeah, I think that with both players fit, Marc Casadó and Marc Bernal, I still believe that Marc Bernal is going to be the starter. But that doesn't mean, for example, that you shouldn't have like multiple options in that midfield. You know, I'd rather have more than less.
Yeah, we saw them do it, didn't they, in the win at Montjuic.
We have a big squad, yes, but we don't have anyone for the left wing. Plus, La Masia has better chances of producing quality midfielders. Mbappe wasted so much of his career at PSG. I agree. I believe if he left PSG, you know, maybe in 2022, 2021,
Big number 16, big Oli McBurney.
to Real Madrid when they first came, I think, you know, he could have had a much more successful club career so far. But
Unlikely move from Sheffield United.
he decided to give it a shot.
It's in his direction, couldn't get a touch on it. And the follow-up shot is a decent one. Szczęsny always confident it was arcing just wide of the goal, but Diego Martinez will have enjoyed that.
It was a good effort by BT, and this is what you need to do. If you're the Las Palmas defender, you need to finish the play. You need to avoid any chance of conceding a counter-attack against Barcelona.
Yeah. Well, Barcelona struggled in front of goal, didn't they, on Monday night against Rayo Vallecano? It was rare.
He just went away from it from Mark.
Prolific front line.
He shouldn't have left PSG. Okay, so difference of opinions.
Season already tied with Bayern Munich,
He'd have
the most
what, like 2 or 3
many
Champions
of
League right now? Yeah, he would have.
Europe's
At Real
top
Madrid, of
leagues.
course.
It's the most they have scored through
With
24
Mbappe.
games since the
Real Madrid didn't really need him.
2016-17 campaign.
But before the emergence of Vinny Jr., because Real Madrid went after Mbappe before Vinny Jr. became, you know, the Vinny Jr. that we did now. Vinny Jr. at the start was very poor. You know, you had that call from Benzema saying, "Oh, you know, like he's playing against us."
They combine performances.
McBurney has done well here. Talking of
Koundé, clear the ball.
McBurney just trying to go it alone. But yeah, back to your point, Alex, because it is sometimes the teams that sit deep against them that they have struggled against.
And look at this effort by McBurney. Cubarsí is so hard to beat. You need to beat him twice or 3 times even before taking a shot. And you saw one of the weaknesses, one of the biggest weaknesses I would say about Eric Garcia. He's not strong enough when fighting for the position with the striker.
Inigo Martinez giving a night off by Hansi Flick.
Oh, Pedri has so much space in the midfield. Ah, Raphinha was making a run.
From Barcelona as they try and get back to the top of the table. You'll need a win here tonight to do so and lay the gauntlet down again for Real Madrid, who don't play until tomorrow. It's been a remarkable run, actually. Whichever team has been top of the
Removing the ball a little bit well.
In the last 12 weeks have only come up with one win, be it Barcelona or Real Madrid or Atleti. Whoever's got to the top of the pile has not been able to stay there. And Barca
Foul.
see their latest attack runner Gran. Lamine Yamal just dealing with a few afters. He left Viti on the ground, and a couple of Las Palmas players taking exception to this challenge. Was it the little flick out after the fact?
That's not a foul, man. I mean, it's a foul, but it's just an unfortunate incident. Makes sense. Is it just me or is Vinny Jr. good depending on the day? Vinny Jr. isn't having the best season, we're being honest, you know.
He didn't back up.
He's not having the season that he's previously had. Wait, what happened here?
Scorer in the history of La Liga in terms of goals before the age of 18.
Hold on.
He's been stuck on that total of 10 for quite a few weeks now.
Since el Bernabéu, since el Clásico at the Bernabéu in October.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Barca needs a right back for real.
Producing assists.
Koundé has done a decent enough job, but we need someone to take striker position away.
But for how long is the question as Sandro leads the charge here.
Nice, Szczęsny. Good block. Hey, Las Palmas, they're attacking Barcelona right here. What happened here?
He turned it behind.
You've got the high line of Barcelona. Sandro is coming from behind. Javi Muñoz was offside, but it's Sandro the one who gets the ball. It's a
Sandro was also offside.
To the one in which Las Palmas scored through Sandro at Montjuic.
Second corner kick of the night for the home team, and it's still up for grabs.
Oh my God! How do we let the ball just bounce like that?
It did.
Boys, let's clear it.
Las Palmas are knocking on the door.
But in talks of a right back, guys, you guys actually think that we need one? Because I don't think that's a priority. I think Koundé has performed well enough in that position. I think obviously maybe like the long term, if a great right back, you know, emerges in the market, then I'd say Barcelona should go after him. But unless you can give me like a right back that's, hey, like has been 100% performing better than Koundé, I say, you know, let's just stick with him.
He'll be disappointed with that.
Stick with Koundé. Go after left winger. It's cool with me. Tech saves that I need. Oh, so you need tech saves and then Lamine Yamal shots on target for your parlay. Usually, like for parlays, I do passes completed. Passes completed for the center backs.
And now he's got 7 for Unión Deportiva Las Palmas.
Ah, Lamine Yamal, no.
Joint top scorer with Fabio Silva, who's still trying to recover from injury.
Okay. I've tried, but they don't usually hit. Yeah, I stopped playing or doing sports bets. I'd rather just take that money and put in the S&P 500. Invest in the stock market.
Amount of family here have come across from his home island is actually Tenerife. Nicely works between he and Fermín Lopez, but just no space.
Did Cubarsí last week? For 90 and he missed by 1. Oh man.
Finds an outlet.
That's happened to me way too many times.
Again, Eric Garcia struggling, even though he won that header. But
That's happened to me way too many times. I remember I did a PSG game in regards with I think it was Real Sociedad versus PSG, and I chose Zubamendi to have like under, I think, like 54, 55 passes, and Marquinhos to have, I think, over like 50 passes or something. Marquinhos was able to get over 50 passes, but I missed Zubamendi. The passes completed by 1. I'm like, are you serious, man?
So look back at Lewandowski tangling in that last
Ever since then, I was like, okay, I'm gone. This commentary needs to shut up. Keeps bashing Garcia. The ESPN commentators, they're always so negative about Barcelona. The first shot that Las Palmas had, they were saying, "Oh, this builds a bad, I would say, it paints a bad picture for Barcelona for the rest of the game." Like, what? It's the first shot on target that Las Palmas have had.
Lopez just fizzing the pass a little too vibrantly there for Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, that hurts. It did. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I also partnered it up with like a Harry Kane scoring, a Harry Kane goal.
Who's never lost 2 games to the same team in the same season.
And it's just like, it's so frustrating at times.
Which is quite remarkable, but that's the prospect he has on his plate today. If Las Palmas were to cause another stunning upset.
Got another stat for you. Las Palmas never won the 2 matches against Barcelona in the same season.
No. It would be that sort of history-making night were it to happen. We haven't beaten Barcelona here in Gran Canaria at all since February of 1986, 39 years ago, where one Terry Venables, El Tel, was the manager of Barcelona.
Wow, so they have to go all the way 39 years ago to find a Las Palmas victory at this stadium. Wow.
Practice there for
I mean, that's how dominant Barcelona have been in the stadium, or in the tie over Las Palmas.
Back up. And then 3 years with Valencia. McBurney coming back to win the header. Trying to hold his run. Couldn't do so. Sandro had to work back instead.
I've learned not to bet on Lewa or Raphinha. They're more inconsistent than you think they are. No, that's completely understandable. Because like sports, it's such like a fine margin.
It has to be executed almost perfectly.
But in general, like I've just stopped sports betting like altogether. I've just taken that money and just put it into the stock market. It's done me better.
And trying to find the back of the defenders.
Oh, and Szczęsny had to come to the aid there of Cubarsí, who was under some duress. You have to imagine Diego Martinez is reasonably pleased with what he's seen through the first 20 minutes or so here, although hold that thought, because here come Barcelona again and they can change it in the blink of the eye. Raphinha winning a corner.
But they're doing what they need to do in order to win. Then it's a game.
Okay, corner for Barcelona.
Happen, but their game plan.
Respectable choice. I do the same, but I just started not too long ago, so I want to try before giving up. Okay, I mean, that's fair.
I see a Barcelona players at the edge of the area and then breaking. They were looking for the flick on from Lewandowski.
Oh.
Didn't quite arrive, and that's good work from Malero.
Las Palmas on the counter-attack. Oh, nice. Balde. Good work. I'm going to definitely put my money into the S&P 500 though soon. Yeah, I recommend like soon, because I think right now like the S&P 500, they had like their worst day of 2025.
You want Raphinha on the other end. You want Raphinha chasing the ball instead of sending the pass.
So it's on a discount. Obviously, this guy's like, whatever I say, don't take it as professional financial advice or anything. I am working to get licensed though, because like while I do this as a hobby, it's not going to be my full-time job. My full-time job, hopefully, is going to be as a financial advisor. I'm in the process of applying for jobs right now. But do not take anything I say as like financial advice or anything. I'm not professional, all right? But the S&P 500 was on a sort of discount.
Casadó, as you mentioned, preferred to Frankie de Jong, and what a fantastic first season he's had as a full-time starter.
Great to Xavi Hernandez for giving him his debut in the Champions League a couple of seasons ago. He was labeled, his nickname at Barcelona B, Marc Casadó, was Kimmich, because he can also play as a right back as a German international.
Yeah. Big clearance from Alex Munoz, the flick on from McBurney. I loved when Oli McBurney was interviewed just a couple of weeks ago about the differences for him, life from playing in the English top flight to La Liga. One of the main differences was
the English top flight to La Liga. What?
Enjoying the slightly less physical side to the game, perhaps the more technical side.
Lamine has gotten really greedy with some of these plays that he attempts.
Well, there is that too, yeah.
I mean, no offense to Sheffield.
I think it's the confidence. I think it's the confidence. Like every single month that goes by, I think Lamine Yamal gets more and more confident in trying these plays. And while at times it does work, I think some other times he does need to understand that, hey, it's better to let go of the ball than to keep it. Do not attempt that play, you know.
Remember
that well. It's a big switch and a nice header across the face of goal from Balde. It forced for Fermín Lopez, who gets it to Lamine Yamal. Back across it comes Lewandowski with the nod down. Just not quite connecting the Barcelona front line at the moment.
We're not being able to.
And Adrian, this is the second time that Fermín, in a wide open position, doesn't take a shot.
It's only his sixth start of the season, Fermín Lopez, the 21-year-old. He has 3 goals and 2 assists to his name. We were talking about Barcelona's prolific front three. And between the 3 of them, they've been involved in 56 goals this season, either scoring or assisting. It's pretty remarkable. Barcelona's team total is 65.
Barcelona are being very cautious on possession. They always leave 3 players at the back.
Well, perhaps for these sort of moments, they want to deny the counter-attacking opportunity, but they haven't denied this one because Molero has peeled away into some space. Koundé across to meet him.
Koundé blocked the shot,
Cutting inside, getting the shot away. And probably 3 or 4 feet wide in the end.
Good work.
Quality.
He was trying to cut inside.
On the left, he will always cut inside and try to open an angle for shooting. He tried to adjust it to the far post. He went wide, but this is yet another opportunity for Unión Deportiva Las Palmas, following the same pattern. Following that ball over the top.
What's the Mustafa? Good to see you. I hate when teams play low blocks. So jarring. Arsenal lost. Yes, I did see.
In order to
was it West Ham?
The defense unguarded. It's.
Let me see.
This is the same strategy that they used at Montjuic.
Yes, they lost. They lost 1-0 to West Ham. Imagine.
Yeah, Sandro and Fabio Silva with their
it seems that right now Liverpool, they're just gonna be winning the league, man.
On target for Barcelona, Raphinha.
Liverpool 8 points clear at the top.
Scored against them last year.
Crazy that Nottingham is above Man City in the table.
Balde.
Look at that.
Sort of cross. Mika Yamal away.
Wow, West Ham are 16th.
They're lacking width. Barcelona today. Look at Lamine Yamal's position. He's usually next to the touchline, and he's in a very central position. So is Koundé. They need more width, Barcelona, in order to stretch out Unión Deportiva Las Palmas' defense.
Raphinha has been going centrally.
It's Casadó, Pedri, Raphinha, and Fermín forming a square behind Lewandowski.
That's a poor cross from Balde.
Slightly misdirected cross. Oh, and Yamal, a nasty wrap around the ankles there as Alex Munoz was in close attendance.
High wood. That's a foul. There's a contact as well. This is one of the main problems of Las Palmas this season, the downgrade on the fullbacks position. They had Sergi Cardona last year. He moved to Villarreal. Alex Munoz comes from Levante, from second division. It's not the same. And something similar happens on the right-hand side. They used to have Julian Araujo, the Mexican
they did.
that is now at Bournemouth in the Premier League. And
Yep.
Viti, who comes from Oviedo, from the second division, doesn't have the same ability, or he's not providing the
I wonder
same performances so far.
how's Araujo doing at Bournemouth? We haven't talked about him on the channel in a while.
Yes, of course, a team that never have a huge amount of money to spend. They've got some defensive concerns here as Barcelona try and make the most of this.
Raphinha went for goal.
Didn't quite do that, did he? Trying to catch Silas.
Let's see how many games Julian Araujo. Oh my God.
Keeper having none of it.
He's played 355 minutes. He played 6 minutes. Oh my God. Wait, is he injured or something?
His record ever signing is still.
He is injured. He has a hamstring
they
injury.
Spent a mere $2.7 million on
That's why.
several seasons ago. They've never spent more than that.
Yeah, because the amount of games that he's played, it hasn't been much. But he's been injured. He started a lot in the month of September. Had some minutes in the month of October. Nothing.
He's targeting Yamal.
Just sit back like us. Lamine thinking he's Benzema with the hand wrap.
Now then, Real Madrid against Girona. It'll be our
Madrid fans
Sunday
must be
morning
pissed at the
offering as
fact that
Real
we're
Madrid
actually
try
getting
and
good
answer
calls
what
for a change.
Athletic Madrid and Barcelona have done. 9:45 a.m. Eastern start time on your Sunday morning, right here on ESPN.
When Barcelona
Plus,
don't
it's
actually get harmed by the
25
referees, big
goals
shocker.
on.
No Bellingham for Real Madrid.
Yep.
He's suspended with 2 games after what happened in Pamplona against Osasuna. And a good game. Girona are not the same as last season, but they can always pose a threat to Real Madrid despite losing last year badly at the Bernabeu 4-0.
Yep. Well, the game's coming
I think the
fast
speed,
for all
the build up needs to be sped up a little bit more.
The Copa del Rey, of course, adding to that.
I think Barcelona are not able to create clear-cut chances. I think Las Palmas is doing a great job of
Tuesday.
just limiting opportunities.
And then, of course, the following midweek.
30 minutes have gone, and what do you say has been Barcelona's most dangerous chance?
Considerably the favourable side of the draw. We're playing Benfica in the round of 16.
Many people don't remember or don't know that Barcelona lost a Champions League, or it was a European Cup final in the 60s against Benfica.
Yeah.
So we're using a result from the 60s? But them English commentators are both as bad. I know. Me personally, if I wasn't, like live guys, I'd be putting on like the Spanish or, Arabic commentating. They're much more exciting and entertaining than this. But you have it in English because obviously, that way everyone who isn't able to watch the game as well can just listen.
By Fermín, even by Lamine Yamal. They're too static. Everyone wants the ball at their feet, and Las Palmas are very well organized.
Barça working the corner short, the cross eventually arriving.
Wow.
It's a good hook away, wasn't it, by Isugo. Facing his own
Oh,
goal,
mistake.
but he breaks kindly here.
No,
And the shot is on.
Lamine. Lamine Yamal's so close. Every commentator is underrated, even if I don't understand the damn thing. I do not understand a single thing that they are saying. But you can just tell the energy and passion that they have for the sport is unreal.
Coming out of his own box.
I remember like the commentators on the Messi goals. Leo. Bro, they're goated. They're absolutely goated. No.
Yamal in front to burst through the centre there with a quick give and go. Didn't quite break his way. And now Sandro trying to make life awkward, and he's done so.
That's the ball, all ball.
Well, in the end, his harrying and his persistence didn't turn into anything, but it was close. Raphinha.
See, there's no width right here.
No runs into the space. Everyone wants the ball at their feet.
Well, Yamal has it now, and he's found
Nah,
Lewandowski. Trying to squeeze it back to him.
That's poor. Pedri makes it effortless.
Evidence of it just being a little out of sync.
I would say he's like the one midfielder on this team that consistently is putting 8s, 9s, and 10s. Casadó at the start of the season, consistent 7s, occasional 8s, you know, occasional as well, like 9. But Pedri, bro, it seems like every week he's dropping a 10.
A bit more of a struggle at the moment, it appears, but Yamal.
I wonder why Danny almost not starting, man.
Sliding challenge, Pedri in there to win it back, and now the shot from distance.
Balde goes for the shot.
Who probably thought, why not? It's not happening in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's far from goal, but he's in a central position. Nobody is closing him down. The ball is rolling. That also helps the player taking the shot. And this is concerning for Barcelona. Look at how many attacks on the right-hand side. Zero. Because Lamine Yamal is playing too tacked inside. And Koundé is not joining the attack that often because Barcelona want to be cautious on the ball. As I said, they always leave a third defender, and it's usually Koundé. We saw just Dani Olmo on the bench.
Now a thunderous collision in the centre. Oli McBurney was adjudged to have been the aggressor. He, of course, doesn't quite see it that way. Casadó who was on the receiving end. That was a sharp Scottish elbow, Alex.
Well, I can talk about that with Mark Donaldson.
That's a foul.
Scottish elbows.
Yeah, Mr. Burley.
Best player in the world. Valid. I don't think that bum Leo can take a first touch. No, Lewandowski's first touch is abysmal. Everything bounces off of him. Hopefully my Spanish club wins today as well. What's with this commentary? It's atrocious, I know. ESPN for you. It's a good day. Arsenal lost the best time. It's always a good day when Arsenal lose. Always a good day. Bro, imagine spending like what 700 mil in the last couple of seasons and not having a single trophy your name. That's embarrassing, man. Embarrassing.
His instructions in on the near side to Alex Munoz and Alberto Moreno, or Molero, I should say. 0-0. Barcelona trying to respond to Atleti's comprehensive victory at Mestalla earlier this evening. 3-0 victory that puts them back on top by a margin of 2 points. Only 1 point separating the top 3 at the start of this match week 25. It's the tightest title race in over a decade in Spain.
Oh, Lamine Yamal with a heavy touch.
Yamal has answered your call. Slipped out wide, but his touch deserting him.
He needs to stay there. He had to actually correct his positioning because he was too tucked inside. And he's trying again. He should stay wide open on the right to create some spaces for Fermín for receiving there in the channel.
Nice, Casadó. See, that's what Casadó's virtue. The ability to recover the ball. He's had 2 or 3 instances where he's just been able to cut up the play and just recirculate the ball into possession.
Return to the Canary Islands.
Arsenal fans are some of the most delusional people I've ever seen. Maybe behind PSG. Now, I think Arsenal are even, you know,
linking up with Pedri, and he's not
ahead of them. Because PSG, okay, they've been champions of Liga for many years. You know, they win trophies. Arsenal haven't won anything in what, 2 decades? You're telling me in 20 years the biggest accomplishment that you have is an FA Cup, which is the equivalent of a Copa del Rey? Are you serious? And you say that you're one of the biggest clubs in England? Biggest clubs in the world.
Balde has seen a lot of it.
Ridiculous.
Most of Barcelona's attacks have come down his side. Raphinha picking up the pieces. Wasn't really a cross or a shot, was it? From Raphinha. 13 goals for him to go with 6 assists, and that's just in La Liga play.
We are really gonna count the league on as an actual accomplishment? No, I'm not saying like that's like you know, something to be like, oh my god. But I'm just giving them credit over Arsenal. At least PSG have won trophies, even though like they're not the most prestigious. Arsenal worse than Tottenham, no big trophies in 2 decades, while Tottenham in 16 years. 2016. Look at that.
Jules Koundé. And now Pedri trying to glide through. Fermín Lopez.
Oh, Raphinha. No!
Raphinha. It so nearly was Barcelona's best move of the game. Just overhit a touch by Fermín Lopez.
You called it the best move so far.
No.
With Fermín dropping and linking up with Pedri and sending that ball into the space for Raphinha. This is the first time that the Brazilian makes these kind of runs.
Yeah, maybe I did a disservice to Fermín Lopez's ball because it was there for Raphinha. It would have been a tough volley to pull off, wouldn't it? In the end, he didn't make any connection. But the way he's been playing this season, Alex, you certainly would be surprised if he had.
Fermín gets dispossessed.
Now Sandro looking for Malero.
It's always the same pattern. If you think about it, when they receive the ball on one flank, preferably the right-hand side with Sandro, they try to switch it for Moleiro, and this is how Fabio Silva scored the 2nd goal in Montjuic.
Okay. Five minutes left into the half, guys. Barcelona creating, I would say, that were half chances.
Throw into the penalty area, nicely laid off. Bajetic trying to find Malero. Malero trying to find a way through, and it may bounce his way.
Las Palmas. Nice, good clearance.
McBurney. Decent little spell this for Las Palmas as they struggle to maintain the momentum under duress from Raphinha. They have to go all the way back to Silerson. Well, that's one way to beat the high line. Just for Silerson, just straight down the middle.
Oh, look at that skill from Szczęsny right there.
Run from a deep position. So it's good idea, bad execution. But you can tell that they've been practicing how to beat this high line of Barcelona with several different moves.
All right.
Koundé. Going to turn back towards his own goal. Was tripped in the process. space for Pedri again to operate. Szczęsny, a little bit of a loose clearance. Didn't do too much initial damage, but now Las Palmas have it with Sandro. But got in a bit of a muddle there, Sandro and McBurney. Each leaving it for the other.
Communication breakdown. That ball should have been for Sandro, who was running from behind.
Now Lamine Yamal with one of those trademark bending outside of the foot crosses from deep. Casadó.
Again, all Barcelona players, all offensive Barcelona players are in the middle, right in the central corridor. That's easier for Las Palmas to defend. The width is provided by Balde on the left.
Raphinha is tucking it inside. Lamine Yamal is tucking inside. You're giving the flank to Jules Koundé.
Making his way back inside and gave it away. Taken over now by Esugo.
Nice. Yeah, you're giving the flanks to both your fullbacks. Balde, understandably, he's an attacking fullback, but he isn't a Jornada, for example. And just Koundé, he's a center back who can't play as a right back.
Going to warm up already.
Yamal.
I do think that this team needs a little bit more football. I'm surprised that Dani Olmo wasn't starting, man. He was one of the fluke players that I think, hey, needs to get tons of minutes.
And that's a late challenge, which will bring a Barcelona free kick and perhaps a booking too. Referee Cordero Fega seemed to be reaching for his pocket. Maybe it was just for the magic spray. Dani Olmo is indeed continuing to warm up. But this was the foul. Yeah, it was a little bit
It was
on the late
late.
side, Alex.
Yeah, and with a follow-up, Bajcetic, yeah, he can't slow down or even retreat the feet, and yeah, it's a clear foul and very yummy for Raphinha, who's a left-footed player. That's more suitable for a right-footed player. Lewandowski is also there, but Pedri could also take this one.
Yeah. Free kick that's almost central. Raphinha.
It's crazy how we once had, you know, Messi taking free kicks, and it would people literally viewed it as a penalty.
And he leaves it for Raphinha, who kills it right into the wall.
Barcelona, they don't have the same fear factor on these free kicks. So, do I have a WhatsApp channel? I do not. I do have a Discord server that I've been meaning. Oh,
2 games. The end of
that I have been meaning to share with you guys.
the year. It's almost broke
Get Fermín off
Barcelona's way.
ASAP. Probably because of that excess he underwent. Don't want to risk injury. No, but still, like, he's not injured, I would say. He's just...
all the numbers to be replaced at halftime.
Yeah.
If he's in the squad, you assume that
Maybe
he's
looking at
fit.
the man going through his preparations to replace him.
Because that study that was done on Dani Olmo was for prevention.
Las Palmas. I know you saw them last
We
week,
need a free
Alex,
kick
and
specialist, which we don't have that
awful
anymore.
first
That's
half
why, yeah.
display
Yeah.
by them in the
Raphinha
other
good at
half
free
of the
kicks,
island
but
of Mallorca, where they
he's a
eventually
Messi.
lost 3-1 and,
You should look into making a WhatsApp channel. It's a great way to keep people updating on
But
things.
the defenses look pretty good here for the home
Okay,
team through
I'll keep that in
45
mind.
minutes, 0-0.
They've been outstanding with executing the game plan that Diego Martinez designed for beating Barcelona. They're tight and compact when they're off the ball. And
All right, no, boys. Hasn't been the gray half. It hasn't been a gray half. Las Palmas making it very difficult for us. All right. Let's see what's on social media. You so much as breathe on Olmo nowadays, and he gets injured, so I get it, kinda. Okay, understandable. But when you look at like Olmo's minutes in these past couple of games, like it hasn't been too much. No, let's look at Dani Olmo. 24 minutes, 19 minutes, 26 minutes, 28 minutes, 90 minutes. So you basically have to go until January in the game against Real Betis, where he played a full 90. Obviously, he did get like a small little injury, but he's been playing very little in these past couple of games. Dinamo Zagreb. All right. Bro, I just saw that the European the European lad, he's not on X anymore. Where am I getting my images? My images for the game. Trying to find images of the key actions, but it's difficult. Hold on, let me see if I can go. Yo. A Neymar masterclass. Wow. Yo, what's up, Dorian? How are you, man? Welcome. Probably the worst first half we played all season. Really? Ferran Torres needed for the second half. What the fuck was that? Did that team look like a team? Did that look like a team that plays like there's a league title on the line? Pathetic display. Oof. Too static, too sloppy, too narrow. Olmo and Ferran on, in my opinion. It hasn't been a great half of football. Let's see what ESPN says.
Chances for Las Palmas as well. Kay Murray and Craig Burley here. We've seen musical chairs in this La Liga title race this season at that top of the table. They have been swapping places between the likes of FC Barcelona and Real Madrid. So let's take a look at how this has turned out so far. Picking it up in the 14th minute. It's going to actually be Las Palmas that we see with a shot here. And it's going to be from Sandro.
I mean, again, it comes about from basically a really high line where there is an offside player in there, but he, fortunately for Las Palmas, doesn't take any active play in the game. So again, these are the half chances just falling for the home team here. Not easy. Back to the goal, so that's a really difficult chance.
I see Malero as well, dribbling his way into the box past Koundé, takes the shots just wide.
Again, the idea is good. Get a yard or two for yourself just inside Koundé. Try to find that back corner, that back post. There's decent effort.
Lamine Yamal is going to try his luck as well as things go the other way. 32nd minute, Las Palmas trying to clear the ball.
Yeah, I would say that's been actually Barcelona's most dangerous opportunity in the 32nd minute.
Lamine Yamal just hovering about on that other side of the box with the strike.
It's a really nice ball from Fermín to Raphinha. Doesn't really get the connection that he would want with that.
Yeah, we've seen him score these kind of super goals this year. I mean, he's on the stretch a little bit. It wasn't easy, but we have seen him execute that kind of opportunity on more than one occasion.
Yep, frustrating first half for Barcelona against a side that they Lost 2 already this season in the reverse fixture back in November. Luis Garcia has been watching this game for us.
Okay.
Didn't Luis Garcia and myself say this was going to be a very tight game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's still a second half to go, but this is the live standings right now. If things were to stay as they are, it would be a point for Barcelona.
Yo, what's up, NJ?
Within a point of Atleti.
The team suddenly forgot the basics. Yeah.
With a win over Valencia.
Doing great. How's your day going? My day's going well. My day would be going great if Barcelona, they are able to get a victory
How frustrated are you from what you've seen in the first half, Luis?
in this game.
Yeah, frustrated and disappointed, to be honest, because it's a very predictable Barcelona. We saw Barcelona with a lot of giving the ball away, a lot of mistakes, being sloppy in the last third. We haven't seen much run from the midfield that for Barcelona has been working so well. We saw just one time Raphinha making the run, but no Fermín, no Pedri, no Lamine Yamal. Everyone wants the ball on the feet. I think that for Las Palmas to have this all traffic going through the middle is fantastic because they got a lot of numbers there, so it's easy to defend. We haven't seen good crosses from the wide areas. You got Lewandowski that probably, as you can see, is stronger than the...
You should do hate watch teams whenever Madrid is playing. Honestly, I was thinking about that, but then honestly, guys, just Real Madrid is just not entertaining to watch.
Because they need something different. They need the players to make something out of the box.
For the big games, I'm thinking for sure, yeah.
Because the passes through the middle, the passes, the slow passes from one side to the other side is no.
What are some upcoming Real Madrid games?
And much more because they don't have the game.
The Copa del Rey, maybe?
Las Palmas showed that
Real Sociedad.
So have to be worried and are really disappointed 45 minutes.
Yeah, the UCL games. I could do a watch along for those.
Alex Ferguson hairdryer.
You think that's what Hansi?
Where Hansi Flick goes in the dressing room and has to read a bit of a riot act here because we talked about it. Atleti have got the punch in and the 3 points. Now it's over to Barça. Very little room for error, and it has been like playing in treacle. It has been super slow, very pedestrian. Alex Pereira mentioned it in commentary. Both Raphinha and Lamine Yamal are really tucking in a lot, and that means you have to get your width from Balde and Koundé. Now they've got most of it from Balde down the left, but they aren't getting a lot from Koundé. They're getting the width, but they're not getting the balls out to him quick enough. And then Luis just mentioned good crosses into the box. So if you're going to have your wide players tuck in, you need to have that from your fullbacks. You need to have a switchy player, get it out there quickly to them, and a good delivery in, because now you've got bodies in the middle with your midfielders and your wide players who've tucked in, and you can make those runs into the box to support Lewandowski on good crosses.
Man, why are you watching ESPN? They talk bollocks. No, I'm
sorry to go into the technical aspect of it, but when you don't get that width from your fullbacks and your wide players have tucked in, it gets very congested in the middle of the park. And teams
no, I mean, ESPN is where I'm able to watch the La Liga matches. Like most of the stuff that they talk about, I completely disagree with. If you want to watch your channel grow, you should also add a hate watch. I hate watch the just bashing Real Madrid. Hansi probably not the happiest person right now. Yeah, I completely agree. If he's already having Dani Olmo warm up, then that means that he's not happy with what he's seeing in that first half. The team overall isn't having a great game. I don't think anyone has been particularly great. That's what Omar Yunus do. All right. Guys, how do you guys see this game ending? Do you guys think that Barcelona are going to be able to get the victory or no? I think substitutions have to be made. Definitely Ferran. Lewa seems tired. And it's not that he seems tired. It's just that there's not enough mobility up front. There's not enough mobility. There's not enough chances being created. I would say against teams that are in the lower half of the table, I think you need a Dani Olmo consistently. Ooh. Plus, the midfield isn't really creating. Yeah, I mean, there isn't space in that midfield. When you're looking at the players, there's no width. Everyone's going inside. Wait, I just saw a stat. Robert Lewandowski completed 4 passes in that first half. Robert Lewandowski completed 4 passes in the first half versus Las Palmas and had 0 shots on target. No way is that true. 2 shots, 4 passes. Oh my god! So how many touches? How many touches did he have? 10 touches. So you're telling me that he had 1 touch per 10 minutes? Ten touches. 4 in the box. Oh wow. Lamine hasn't been dangerous lately. The one real chance we had was Fermín. Was it the pass into Raphinha, or are you talking about the chance where Fermín sort of like passed it into Robert Lewandowski? Anje. I need to see this. Okay. Yeah, and instead of passing it to Lewa, yeah, I agree. It was going to be a difficult shot for Fermín. But if you're thinking, hey, just hit it first time. Hit it first time, try to get on target, and then we'll see. We need to step up in the second half. Yeah, I agree. Breaking Lewandowski's contract is now automatically extended until 2026 after reaching the required appearances versus Las Palmas. Hey, Dani Olmo coming on. Dani Olmo coming on for Fermín Lopez. Okay. Looks like Olmo's imminent. Yes, he's coming on. Not even a yellow card. All right. Let's see if Barcelona can bounce back in the second half.
That match with crosses from the flanks, because as we pointed out, and as Craig and Luis,
that one shot Lamine had, he should have at least gotten on target. It just went a little bit wide. It just went a little bit wide, man. Frustrating.
Something has to change. That's why Dani Olmo is entering the pitch now. He will provide more quality in tight spaces, but he also needs to start linking up with Pedri. Maybe dropping a little bit more than usual and trying to help out Pedri, just speeding up the tempo of the game, because regardless of the positioning of Barcelona players, they haven't been moving the ball around as fast as they do, and that also makes a difference.
And remember, they're up against the Las Palmas team tonight, who are only out of the relegation zone on goal difference. Goals conceded have been their main Achilles heel this season. They came into tonight having shipped 41 goals, the second most in La Liga.
All right.
Only bottom club Valladolid, who they play.
Let's see what Barcelona can do in the second half with the inclusion of Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo, 45 minutes as well.
On the graphics, and we're all set for another pivotal 45 minutes. Every 45 minutes is vital in this title race, Alex, which threatens to go all the way down to the wire. The closest title race in Spain for over a decade, since that 2013-14 campaign, where Atleti pipped Barcelona to the title.
No, Barcelona, they were robbed in that title race as well.
And it's Atleti at the moment, who are still top of the pile, but Barcelona can change that if they can change the course of this game in the second half. What is the German for hairdryer, I wonder? Craig posed that question at halftime and had me scurrying for my German dictionary, which I couldn't quite find in time, but whatever it is, it was probably applied, you imagine?
Yeah, in Spanish it's secador de pelo, in Catalan is assecador de cabells, but yeah, I haven't found it in German either.
You heard Gemma pitchside saying she watched up close how frustrated Hansi Flick was with that first 45 minutes. Not the early birthday present he would have been looking for.
No, not at all.
On Monday, as we look at the starting lineup for Las Palmas, Esugo and Bajcetic, the defensive midfield pairing. Javier Munoz, who wears number 5, the only player who's played in every game this season so far for the Canary Islanders.
And there's a
Derek.
slight change of positioning for Barcelona. They're now playing in a 4-3-3 with Marc Casadó as holding midfielder, Dani Olmo inside right, Pedri inside left. They're trying to exploit those gaps in the middle, but in order to do so, they need Lamine Yamal stuck to the touchline on the right and Raphinha on the left.
Yeah. Dani Olmo
Yep.
on to try and add to his
Good ball into Balde.
goal tally for the season.
See, there's no one you can find inside the box.
For the last 9 games, as Balde picks up where he left off, attacking down the left-hand side. Yamal doing well to retrieve, but then running into a yellow-shirted obstacle. Cubarsí for Raphinha.
Oh, no, Balde.
Balde leaning the other way.
Introduce Frankie.
Barcelona
Frankie, I believe, is warming up.
narrative we were talking about in the first
I don't think that's going to be the first substitutions. I honestly think if in the next 5 to 10 minutes Barcelona don't get a goal, bring on Fermín. Ferran.
Lost 1 game out of
Bring on
7
Frankie.
leaders before Christmas. They had a 9-point lead back on Matchday 13, remember. And that run leading into the Christmas break saw that evaporate. Over 30,000, as always, packed into Estadio Gran Canaria here.
Great pass from Eric Garcia.
Las Palmas battling for their top flight survival. They stayed up last year by fairly slender margins. Lamine Yamal. Oof, was there any contact there? Raphinha certainly thought there was. He ended up on the ground.
Was there a foul on Raphinha? Oh.
Now,
No.
almost over elaborating, but got away with it. McBurney playing his role to perfection. Play on says Cordero Vega.
Bro, it's always so funny to see Marcelo run because it looks like he's running in slow motion. I don't know if you guys share that opinion.
Good turn inside by Asugo. Asugo driving into the box. Well, he's trying to pump up the crowd. Casadó with the intervention.
Yeah, but you cannot allow an opponent to drive the ball into your box without any sort of opposition. This is the first great move by Lamine Yamal. This game. Yeah, there was a contact on Raphinha, but that wasn't a penalty.
No. Cross wouldn't have reached him in any case, would it? Towards Seelerson. Corner at the near post, dealt with by Raphinha.
Ah, come on, man.
Corresponding fixture here in the Canary Islands last year by 2-1, but they needed a very late penalty.
The formation isn't working?
Fermín wasn't happy at all.
No, obviously. Just 45 minutes of play and you're being substituted off.
The opportunity in the first half by Hansi Flick. He had his moments, didn't he? You think back to that chance inside the first couple of minutes where he decided to tee up Lewandowski instead of taking a shot on himself.
There was a second chance.
Yeah.
Around the 20th minute or so where he did the same. He got the ball inside the box and didn't want to take a shot. Tried to play a pass.
VT's throw. McBurney trying to get down, and then Munoz over the top. Javier Munoz, the former Real Madrid youth team player. This was the challenge we talked about. I mean,
there is a foul on Raphinha, but
near Raphinha, he wouldn't have got it. Alex.
Yeah, and again, Raphinha feels the contact on his shoulder and immediately twists and yells and makes it even more dramatic. I'm not.
Oh my God, that pass from Pau.
Awarding this.
You're into tons of space. Don't take too many touches.
Now, Dani
Just
Olmo.
move the ball quickly.
Momentarily, a rare bit of space there for Barcelona to move into.
No.
Koundé trying to combine on the overlap.
See that was way too slow from Casadó. Pau Cubarsí was able to break the line splendidly, and he just took way too many touches. It gave time for Las Palmas to get back into shape. Casadó should have immediately moved on the ball. Should have been 3-0 or 2-0 without the attacking fumbles. If Fermín, if Raphinha, they were able to, score those half chances, then yeah.
There's Koundé again, joining that back three.
But I wouldn't say like Barcelona have missed easy chances. No. We have fumbled, but find Pedri.
Going to
No.
work. Shot that seemed to take deflection off Dani Olmo, perhaps.
This is much better from Barcelona, from Lamine Yamal, much more recognizable, getting the ball in wide areas and then trying to make his own move instead of just trying to receive in central corridors.
Olmo.
Now there'll be a Las Palmas free kick.
Handball by Pedri. This is one of Pedri's hidden skills. He's a great ball retriever.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of magic on his feet, but he's leading La Liga stats, or Barcelona stats for sure, and he's one of the top ball retrievers in La Liga.
Now Sandro.
Offside.
Ball to chase.
Good work, Szczęsny.
Offside position. Szczęsny beat him to the punch in any case.
It's about timing, but the idea is there.
And one to add to the offside count, Alex, that you were telling us about in the first half.
Yeah, it was 135.
Oh, nice Raphinha.
137, right?
That's a super difficult ball to control.
That sort of number, which doesn't mean too much on its own, does it? When we tell you the next highest count in all of Europe's top 5 leagues, we're talking about catching opponents offside, is Parma with 85. So they're way ahead of everyone else in that department, Alex.
And it's been their trademark almost since day one, and that's so hard to achieve for a manager that just arrived, that didn't even speak Spanish or Catalan, and that was trying to operate with a squad with a lot of problems, or a lot of financial problems. So kudos to Hansi Flick and his work so far.
Nice. Nice, Balde. Good job keeping the ball in play.
Sterling work there. As a result, Barcelona able to move forward now with Koundé inside Casadó, but no way forward for the moment. Have to recycle it.
But look at the positioning. It's much better with Raphinha wide open on the left and Lamine on the right. That's way more recognizable from Barcelona.
Hey, that's a foul. No more. What?
Dani Olmo is
No foul?
beside himself that no foul arrived.
Lamine, I would say he's nervous. He was okay after the 30. It hasn't been a great game from Lamine. It hasn't been a great game from Barcelona in general.
Yeah, he was.
I would say the only player who's actually performing well, I would say, is actually Casadó. The amount of times that he's been able to recover the ball, he's having a good game. He's doing his job perfectly.
Well, it may be Carnival time in the Canary Islands, but Barcelona still looking to start the party really here. Cubarsí.
Javi Muñoz man-marking, or trying to man-mark Pedri, trying to slow down Barcelona's ball passing pace.
Yamal, Koundé on the overlap. Yamal keeping it for himself. And
Pedri, you're in space.
couple of
No.
players, Pedri couldn't quite slip it through, but the attack
Balde.
continues.
Nice, Casadó.
Nicely done by Casadó, and now Balde.
Nah, Balde, that's a poor cross. Just straight into the hands of Szczęsny. Everything's way too straightforward.
To deliver the cross, ended up very comfortable for Silas.
Perfect description, Adrian. He was in a very uncomfortable position to connect with the ball at the first time, and that's why the delivery was so poor. Hansi Flick is not happy. Ronald Araujo trying to cheer up his teammates, but Barcelona are so flat today.
Yeah, if the hairdryer did come out at halftime, no immediate transformation as a result.
No, hair is still wet.
Yes.
Nice, Cubarsí.
Who have only won 3 of their 12 home games so far. 4 draws, 5 defeats. 2 of their 3
Nice, Lamine.
fellow strugglers Valladolid and Espanyol. Girona, the other 2.
See, it's so hard. It's so hard to take on 2, 3, 4 players at once.
And Barca, of course, just two defeats on their travels. Again, with 8 wins, they haven't lost in 109 days away from home since 10th of November. 1-0 defeat against Real Sociedad.
Oh, he stepped on Lamine Yamal's foot, I think.
Away loss in this campaign.
Early in the season, that 4-2. The first time that Hansi Flick did rotations, massive heavy rotations that day, and it cost them 3 points, and Lamine Yamal could have gotten seriously hurt in this clash with Alex Muñoz.
Yeah, he's limping away, isn't he?
Las Palmas are dropping a little bit deeper than in the first half. There's more room for Cubarsí and Eric Garcia to drive the ball up the pitch.
All day to Pedri.
Pedri is showing some frustration right there with Lewa.
Pedri would have desired.
Dani Olmo also. We haven't.
Picking up position.
Speaking about Dani Olmo, man.
Dani Olmo getting it all wrong. And still limping, isn't he? Lamine Yamal.
They're playing a Copa del Rey semi-final midweek against Atlético de Madrid, so he better
All of our
recover.
passes are ass. Also, we look rusty. It's not a great Barcelona performance.
And then semi-final.
Barcelona this season, we've been struggling against the lower
We of course will have
teams in the table rather than the teams at the top.
on your ESPN Plus screens.
Teams who have been able to defend really well and
The other semi. But here in the Canary Islands, it's the home team starting to warm up. Some substitutes now. An hour into proceedings, still goalless. Adrian Healy and Alex Pareja with you.
come on, Lewa. Oh,
And a long chase on here for Lewandowski.
see, he has like 3 players on him.
Defensive cover arriving. And in the end, Suarez and Marmol getting it right. Suarez was asking why there wasn't.
Come on, speed up.
from Silerson.
Boys, you can't allow Las Palmas to get back into shape. And they're back into shape. Nice, Lamine. You beat one.
Skipping around the first challenge, Yamal looking to goes into the clear.
No.
Raphinha. Well, he beat his man to the ball and then couldn't make the contact he was looking for. He had
Unlucky.
a half chance in the first half, didn't he, with a volley that he didn't connect with.
That was the second chance missed by Raphinha. This was much better with Lamine Yamal getting the ball in wide areas with a one-on-one situation with Alex Munoz, because Dani Olmo was also involved and he was dragging some potential helpers away from Lamine Yamal. And then the cross. It's so important having Lewandowski inside the box if you are trying to cross the ball, because not only for him to try to head it, but also to...
Hey, that's a foul on Lamine.
Defenders are clearing the space for our teammates.
He's getting more and more involved, isn't he, Yamal? Now he's found Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo! Oh, it's
Dani Olmo scored!
It's absolutely brilliant.
Let's go!
Just like
Oh.
that, they slice Las Palmas open, and Dani Olmo
Finally,
his
man.
own personal
Finally.
route in some style. And Hansi Flick's men have
Oh, Barcelona,
the vital breakthrough.
we were struggling, man. Our clearest chance we score it.
What a goal by Dani Olmo. It sums up all his qualities. The technical ability, the awareness, the ability to...
There was a foul on Lamine.
He's the one that started the counter-attack. Lamine Yamal just connecting with him in tight spaces, and this dribble.
Lovely work from the team right there. Lovely. Lovely.
Just
Lamine
chipping the
Yamal
ball
still hurt.
From the right to the left, and then smashing it into the crossbar. Nothing to do for Jasper Silerson. What a goal! This is
What a
Dani
goal
Olmo's
from
quality. The ability to
from
receive
Dani
the
Olmo.
ball with one foot, to switch it to the other, and yet being able, with technically the weaker foot, to send this shot. Absolutely brilliant by Dani Olmo. This is the Barcelona that we all recognize, and it's all up to
Oh,
just one
Pedri.
substitution changed everything.
Dani Olmo's first goal since
there we go. Now it's about Barcelona maintaining this lead.
First goal coming in the derby against Espanyol.
We still need a second goal because we don't want to be comfortable. But that's a huge goal from Dani Olmo, man. That footwork in order to beat the defender, super nice.
A 17-year-old kid.
Olmo baller, what did I miss?
11 assists.
A great Dani Olmo goal.
And now Balde.
And now Las Palmas, they're gonna have to try and be a little bit more offensive if they are gonna try to get the victory, or at least something away from this game.
Open up a bit, Barcelona. An hour plus of toil here in the Canary Islands, finally yielding a reward. Pedri, of course, with lots of family members here from Tenerife, where his father still runs the restaurant that his grandfather founded. Here's Raphinha back in towards Yamal.
Unlucky.
An offside flag did come up.
That's a pass that became an assist thanks to Dani Olmo's ability. This maneuver in tight spaces. As we were claiming that's exactly what Barcelona needed. Players that have the ability to operate in tight spaces, and this is the perfect definition of what
right
Dani
here.
Olmo can do, especially if he links up.
Olmo able to beat that one defender and put it top ends. Off balance, nasty goal.
All that frustration
Good stuff.
behind
Barcelona,
evaporating in
they
that
take the lead.
moment.
And now Las Palmas, they're making substitutions.
Now do Las Palmas have it within themselves to still make a game of it? They had their attacking moments in the first half, didn't they? We haven't really seen anything from them as an attacking force in the second half, and knowing that Diego Martinez is preparing a triple substitution.
So it's Jaime Mata, a striker, Jose Campaña, a quality midfielder, and Manu Fuster, an offensive midfielder, a number 10.
Decision going against the visitors here. And here he comes. Jaime Mata, who does have goals against Barcelona in his career. Former Getafe man. He scored against Barcelona for Getafe a few years back.
That's a straight
McBurney
swap.
coming off.
McBurney. Jaime Mata, the Luca Toni of Spanish football. He made his debut in First Division in Primera División, aged 29.
Hansi Flick, one more substitution that I'd love to see is the inclusion of the Shark in the lineup, in the squad, in the team. Barça going to score again. Hopefully it's Ferran.
And this is probably the most controversial substitution. It's Manu Fuster for Moleiro. Very similar players. It's a straight swap. Moleiro didn't have an impact in the second half, and Manu Fuster, former Albacete player, will try to play the same role. So inverted winger, he's right-footed player, and he will try to cut inside and shoot.
Jose Campaña very quickly getting his first touch. He's also a player who has scored against Barcelona in his career. Did so for Levante back in 2019.
That's all ball. That's all ball.
A fairly sharp challenge there on Alex Munoz, the left back, which the referee has ignored, allowing an advantage to play. This is Sandro from distance. Szczęsny will be confident in that.
Unless he Paul Victor
Munoz is
or
still
Torre.
down.
Walking his way to the bench.
He's not in any hurry to get back to the bench, is he?
No.
Moleiro. Alex Munoz rather painfully working his way back to his left back position.
Lovely turn, Olmo.
Turn. Dani Olmo just sprinting
Olmo into space. Balde. Raphinha out wide.
Full now for Balde and Raphinha.
Lamine!
Feeding
No!
in towards the far post, and Yamal got there, but the angle was too tight and the velocity too great to control it.
Beautifully done by Barcelona, beating the high press that Las Palmas were
If
trying
he
to
shot it
apply.
with his right,
This
no?
is something absolutely new in the context of the game. Las Palmas trying to press high, but Barcelona did it perfectly. And again, through Dani Olmo, receiving, turning, and starting the counter-attack.
Pau Garcia has also been great, guys. Every single time he's received the ball, he's been managing to find a space, an opening.
Nicely done. And Yamal drawing the attention.
Some way
drawing
to relieve the
foul.
pressure off of Barcelona. 3 or 4 shots and none on target.
Sharp pass by Dani Olmo again to find Lamine Yamal. Here, Lamine right in between the channel between the center back and the full back. That pass with the right pace gives the player the upper hand, and then obviously the foul by Alex Munoz. Dani Olmo is so important for Barcelona. The problem, Adrian, is
His fitness.
he's so frail. He's so prone to injuries, and he lacks of consistency. But if he's able to help the team on a weekly basis, he's Ballon d'Or material.
Yeah, when you see him play like this, you wonder why he doesn't play all the time. But as he said, fitness concerns. Interesting studies done recently in Barcelona, trying to get to the bottom of that.
Nice, Lamine.
Played himself into trouble.
No.
He, in the end, isn't.
Lamine should have used his right foot.
Oh ho ho!
But it's all Barcelona at the moment. Las Palmas looking fairly ragged. All of a sudden to the back, and Lewandowski unable to punish them.
Raphinha was super frustrated with Lamine right there.
Looking for the knockout punch, aren't they? 20 minutes to go.
They really deserve it. And look at the difference with Lamine Yamal in the first half and the second half. Just introducing Dani Olmo into the picture. That effort.
Oh wait, no, Raphinha was upset at Lewa for going for goal.
Barça in the second half.
He was asking for the cutback header.
Over the top towards Mata, who's
That little interception from Eric Garcia. Whew.
the Luca Toni of Spanish football. I like it, Alex. Jaime Mata. He's 36 now. As Barcelona's next game, as we told you about, will be the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg. They're at home against Atleti. That's Tuesday, 3 Eastern, and then the following day, Real Madrid, the visitors against Real Sociedad, and their Copa semi-final first leg, Wednesday, 3 o'clock. Same start time, same place, right here on ESPN Plus. So glad you could be with us this afternoon. See if Barcelona can climb back to the top of the table. It's looking that way at the moment. Much improved display in the second half. Took them a while to get going, didn't it? Now Sandro. That's disappointing.
Excellent by Cubarsí. The way he reads the game, being still a teenager, he's just 18, and he plays like a veteran.
Well, I remember being there on opening day, Alex, as Barcelona travelled to Valencia. They were 1-0 down in that game, and Cubarsí, with a similar sort of intervention, prevented it from being 2-0. He came up with an amazing goal line clearance. And who knows how the start of the season would have gone had they gone 2-0 down in Valencia and not won that game. Maybe they wouldn't have started with 7 straight wins like they did.
I do remember that clearance that was at the stadium that day as well. And it was just the start of the confirmation, because Cubarsí is also part of
nice
the
Balde.
plan of injecting more.
Take a shot, Balde. Oh, Lewa, please finish that. No, Lewandowski.
Who by his astronomically high standards will be a little disappointed with that, leaning back.
You said that it wasn't even on target, man. You were onside as well.
Yeah, exactly. Viti was playing him on side.
Oh my God, you sent that to the moon. Can you put the field on full screen? I can't. Apologies. I can't show the game because then I get copyright strike. I can only share the audio, so apologies for that.
Into the build-up. Just a few little signs of life from the Las Palmas attack as they try and go about saving this game. Dani Olmo need a moment or two to recover from that.
Again, trying to do that trademark move, just letting the ball roll and turning at the same time, controlling the ball with either foot.
These last, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes from Barcelona have been much improved.
And this is the problem with that.
It has been improved.
He's
But
so
still,
frail.
we need to be a little bit more
He's
clinical with our
injured.
chances.
This is again the replay of the goal. He's so good finding pocket spaces and then the ability to just think quick and execute even quicker. He's a superb player. But as you mentioned, this week Catalunya Radio just revealed that he's going through genetic tests to try to figure out why he's so prone to injuries. And once they got the results of those tests, they can start working on an individual training plan. They did something similar to Pedri. After the first season, remember Pedri played 73 games in his debut season, and then he was struggling with injuries. And Barcelona found that the way of just figuring out a personalized training plan for Pedri, and you've got the difference. Pedri is the star of the Barcelona's midfield, and he's rarely.
Hopefully, we can see the same results with Pedri done with Olmo.
Yeah.
Honestly, Barca, they should be doing that for every single player. For every single player.
Sewn into that DNA that they'll be testing.
I'm watching it in your forwards. Oh my days. I know. What's up, Zir? Welcome.
Adventures with Dinamo Zagreb and then RB Leipzig.
Welcome to the stream.
His father, Mikel.
Our chances, our finishing hasn't been that great so far.
When Dani moved to Croatia to help him out, he managed Sabadell in the second division, Mikel Olmo. And I was covering Sabadell for TV3, and he's a super nice guy, Mikel Olmo. You can tell why Dani Olmo followed that career, because his guidance was absolutely perfect.
At the bottom of your screen, you can see Diego Martinez preparing another switch.
Omar is losing it right now. I just came on from his chat.
It's Benito Ramirez. Another
yeah, Omar's a little bit more passionate about
left back, if needed.
or a little bit more cautious or concerned from a Barcelona perspective. It hasn't been a great Barcelona game, but I'm not particularly too worried.
That could be the replacement.
If we were able to finish our chances, this would be,
Final quarter of an hour.
out of sight, out of mind.
Canary Islands,
But
Barcelona.
unfortunately, we haven't done that.
Back top.
But the most important thing right now is that we are
Who,
winning.
as you
How
said,
many
is a
shots on
youth team
target
that grew up right
Lamine
here.
Yamal has? Let me check right here.
Palmas.
He's had 3 shots.
Balde.
Only 1 on target.
Back to Szczęsny. Koundé trying to spin away. Was caught by Manu Fuster.
Wait, actually 0 on target. You can see it from right here. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see. But Lamine Yamal has only had 3 shots. The first one was in the 32nd minute of the game. This is the one that went wide.
Certainly haven't been at their best here either, particularly in the first
Another
half.
shot in the 53rd minute blocked.
Same
And then this one he
scoreline,
missed it, but it
1-0.
went over the bar. Alright. Not the best.
And you work your way
But
through
he
those
did manage
periods
to
of
get an
the
assist for
season,
Dani Olmo.
Alex, when you are not
So.
at full tilt. It's always the question for any great team.
As it
because
should
you
be.
can't be at full tilt.
This ain't
for
too sustainable.
38 games.
No, not at all, and especially when you know that the most important stretch of the season. is still
Ferran
ahead of you.
and Frankie de Jong finally coming on.
It's very, very difficult to keep the same level of consistency. We haven't seen any European team, probably beside except Liverpool, to have a steady performance this season. But you need to win. Going back to your point, you need to win these kind of games if you want to clinch the championship.
Yeah. And many would argue this is where the championship is won rather than the games against Real Madrid and against Atleti. Although of course you want to win those too. This is Sandro in a lot of space. He's able to haul it in. 3 to aim for. And that wasn't one of them.
I see Pedri exhausted right here.
Little combination with
Nice,
Pedri against the
Raphinha.
line, and that will pump up the crowd just a little. Raphinha forced
The
to
defensive
hustle
work right
back and
there.
concede the corner.
We needed that. Lamine Yamal assist was pretty good. The goal that Barcelona they did score, you saw Dani Olmo. Bro, look at how Raphinha did. You know, he defends that.
That's commitment.
He literally threw himself to block that.
Certainly is.
It still counts as shot. Though.
Now can Sandro
Yeah.
find the right sort of delivery?
At this point, we see Fati in the squad list when everyone is available. That means he has
Started to come to
he has
that and then
improved.
changed his mind. It was the right decision. Sandro trying to produce a Lamine Yamal cross and did. Asking for handball they are. The referee thinking about it. And what's he going to do here?
Wait, what happened here?
Well, it was almost as if he was going to give the penalty and then realised that Las Palmas was still on the attack and that a chance might unfold.
Wait. Did Barcelona?
Did he try and play advantage here rather than give the penalty, I wonder? Alex Suarez has talked himself into a booking. But will this be looked at in the aftermath is the question.
First, is he
I
offside?
had the same impression as you. Maybe there's an offside.
He's offside first.
Well,
No, it doesn't hit handball. It's his head. Nothing.
it's Eric Garcia, I think, who
Yeah.
they're appealing for the handball against.
But there's a handball by Alex Suarez here.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, it hits his back shoulder. First, it hits a handball. No penalty. No penalty being given.
Eric Garcia, last man back. Ooh, and was it even a handball? Did it hit the shoulder?
Shoulder.
Yeah.
But what,
Well, yeah, go on, Alex.
no, what was Eric doing? Just raising his hand, claiming for an offside position, while the Las Palmas player was trying to shoot. You need to focus on defending, and then
It's a handball.
once
No.
Once the game, sorry, the
There's
play
nothing.
is done, then you need to.
First, there's an offside. Second, there's a handball from the Las Palmas player. And third, it hits Eric Garcia's shoulder instead of his hand.
Well, there's lots of questions to answer here. Was there an offside on the initial cross from Las Palmas to come into play? Was there a handball by a Las Palmas player that came into play? And was there indeed a handball against Eric Garcia? So I think all three of those.
Yeah, exactly. In no world is this going to be a penalty.
I mean, there were clearly some players in an offside position as this cross came in, but the question they have to answer
It hits his hand.
was, are any of them
What?
directly involved in play? Well, it's enough questions to be answered to force Cordero Vega across to take another look at this. And another booking handed out.
To Frankie de Jong, who was getting ready to enter the pitch alongside Ferran Torres, and he's already booked. Yeah, this frame looks like it's a handball. Yeah, it is. It's a handball.
Is
So-
that all? There
Wait, but look at the previous
Replay
actions.
that Cordero Vega seems to be focusing on.
Whoa, boys.
That looks like a handball to me. It almost hits the elbow. The thing is, was
Look at the build-up.
Las Palmas player
Well,
offside? Yeah.
This is what we want to see. This is the crucial question to answer. The initial header there, that touch.
By Campaña.
Yeah.
And we need to pay attention to Jules Koundé's position.
Yeah, I
Up
don't
your
think
screen.
Don't think Campagna was offside.
First,
as that cross
for
came
first that's
in.
offside. Balde isn't keeping him on. He has like the shoulder.
After his touch,
Yeah.
what came next?
So Koundé is playing Alex.
It hits his
Suarez
hand. It hits his
onside
hand.
with those two steps.
But did it come off Alex Suarez's hand as well? Is what he has to answer.
Offside. Yeah.
Offside is the verdict. No penalty.
Oh.
Barcelona survive a scare. It took a while to sort it all out. Multiple questions to answer, but I think they've got this right, Alex.
Me too.
That's offside.
I agree.
Oh.
Who doesn't think
Bro,
so?
the amount of stress that they just made me go through. Why look at the handball if there's an offside before that?
Fire of the refereeing performances in Spanish La Liga. Unluckily, we're gonna have to talk about the referees again.
Well, there was a lot to sort out, and I have to give them credit because I think they did go through it systematically, even if it was a handball ultimately against Eric Garcia. The offside, I think, was the right call. Pedri will see his return to the Canary Islands. First time he's played back at his former team, the one he starred for at the age of 16 in the Spanish second division. He'll come to a slightly premature end. Perhaps not his best night. Alex, I think that's fair to say.
Bro, wow, look how the chant chanted Pedri's name.
In the first half by Fermín and Casadó didn't have his best game either. This is a revealing substitution. Lamine Yamal leaving room on the pitch for Ferran Torres instead of replacing Lewandowski.
Majitic is actually the man.
They legit went to review an offside.
VT is also
Unbelievable.
made way for Pezzolesi.
He's thinking ahead of that Valladolid clash next week. I think all the players that are cautioned are being taken off. It was Esugo, Bajetic. He's thinking ahead of that game against Valladolid. It's just 6-pointer.
Yeah, that is absolutely massive, isn't it, for Las Palmas? It's almost a must-win for them. It's the team who have been cut adrift a little at the bottom of the LaLiga table in Valladolid. At the other end, Barcelona had a scary moment, but at the moment they are still returning to the summit.
Yeah, look right here.
Still some work to
So
do.
this was the occasion in the build-up, guys.
5 minutes and stoppage time to go. Look through to Mata, Koundé. With a hint of an emergency clearance just into touch.
So in this occasion, you see Sandro putting in the cross. He puts in the cross, and who is it? Which are the ones that takes the shot? But in this occasion, the Las Palmas player is offside.
The ex-Barcelona academy player, the flick on arriving from
Referee
Mata.
gets it right.
Sandro's awkward effort off balance. Here again is the moment where Sandro was involved.
Yep.
Offside, yep.
One shoulder off of his upper body, and that was enough. But yeah, there were so many things to sort out in that play. It's so hard to be a referee these days.
I mean, the referees made a whole mess of that. It was super simple.
Interesting, Raphinha has moved to
First, the player was offside.
Ferran Torres playing on the left-hand side / second striker role.
There's Frankie de Jong, who's undergone a bit of a renaissance in recent weeks. He looked to be totally on the outside looking in as he came back from injury. It didn't seem to be part of Hansi Flick's thinking early on, did he? That's a ball around the back that Silerson is going to be first to.
If you remember, we mentioned that game against Valencia. Marc Bernal started that day as a holding midfielder. He got injured, and he will be missing the rest of the season. But Barcelona found yet another holding midfielder with enough quality to pull the strings in the middle of the park. So Frenkie de Jong has a lot of competition, and his salary is totally out of market.
Yeah. Yeah, you were mentioning 20 million euros this season, which is quite astounding, isn't it?
For a holding midfielder or for a box-to-box midfielder. The problem with Frenkie de Jong is the expectations. He was the leader of that Ajax that stunned.
Bro, you had 4 players offside here, and you had to have the VAR referee discuss it.
Barcelona paid
Wow.
75 million euros for him.
All right.
Never lived up to those expectations.
No. Bit like Eric Ten Hag, really, who was in charge of that Ajax team.
But that's the story of the whole Ajax squad, because if you think of David Neres, if you think of Donny van de Beek, there's a lot of players that disappeared. The center back as well.
Here's Lewandowski. Can they finish it off here? Raphinha looking for a way to do so, looking for a way to stay on his feet. He actually kept possession against all odds. And Torres around the corner for Balde.
No.
Sort of delivery from Alejandro Balde, but no one there in the area where Lewandowski makes a living. This time he wasn't.
Matthijs de Ligt was a centre back. I couldn't find his name.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
All right, let's close out the game, guys.
Player that never lived up to
Couple
his-
minutes left into the match.
Barcelona happy to maintain position.
About what?
possession here
2 or
in
3
the
minutes left into the
third.
match.
Las Palmas do all the running. Raphinha, great
No.
looking cross. Ferran Torres. It was awkward for him. Arrived sort of on the half volley, and he couldn't control the resulting cross.
Okay, all good.
But we are into stoppage time. A slender advantage. A mighty
8
meaningful one
minutes being added on.
for the
Okay.
Catalans. 8 minutes though, so they're not quite across the finishing line just yet.
Eight minutes left in order to close out the match.
There's Olizzi working hard to retrieve. Now can Las Palmas get going again? Not like that, they can't. Sandro has had a frustrating night.
the quality of the maneuver, how quickly and precise you need to be right there in the middle of the box, surrounded by opponents. Dani Olmo's quality is something exceptional.
Koundé dangling
It's a foul.
leg out and conceding the free kick as an advantage, so a chance to send some of their heavy artillery forward. And a set piece to work with. That was a right old tangle of legs, wasn't it?
The rushed decision by Koundé. There was no need for that tackle, having Marc Casadó around to help him out.
Here comes the free kick up for grabs. And the
Oh.
shot, goal bound from Sandro. He hit his own man who was down on the ground. I think it was Manu Fuster. I tell you what, Szczęsny would have had his work cut out.
Ferran, get there.
To keep
No.
that out. It was hit with such pace.
Ah. No, man. All right.
Nah, nothing. Sandro was trying to win a free kick at the edge of the box.
But right there, Sandro just dived.
Right into the midfield line.
Yeah. Well, remember on Monday night, Rayo Vallecano had a late chance, didn't they, to snatch an equaliser against them. And Las Palmas craving the same sort of opportunity here.
It's going to be
Another
Mika.
long throw coming up for Mika Marmol.
All right. 5 minutes left into the match. Offside, no?
Marmol had stayed forward, but stayed too far forward. And another offside to add to that count.
No foul.
You saw what Sandro was trying to sell there. Cordero Vega not in the market for it.
It's a total now of 139 offsides
139 offsides throughout the season.
for Barcelona's opponents. It's crazy.
Okay.
Just about halfway stoppage time. Barcelona are nearly there. It would be a rare.
Gerard Martin coming on as well. I'm guessing that's just a waste time.
As I mentioned in the first half, only once in the last 12 weeks has that happened. Be it Barcelona, Atleti or Real Madrid who were top. It seems to have been a curse in recent weeks, but Barcelona are close to changing that.
Nice, Frankie. Good job from Barcelona right here. Just, calming the game down, just passing the ball, moving it around.
Again, still happy to just shield possession in the attacking third. Lewandowski.
Right there, Michael, you made the wrong move.
Down, but not get there. That's a loose
Ferran.
clearance. And a chance to finish it. Ferran Torres has done just that.
That's a brilliant goal from Ferran.
Ice cold, splendid finish.
That's a brilliant finish from the Shark.
And in the end, they have found their comfort zone. It's taken them 95 minutes to get there.
Ooh.
Torres has finished off.
What a strike from Ferran.
Back to the top of La Liga.
Great goal. The Daniel celebration as well.
El Tiburón hunting in the Canary Islands. That cross by Marc Casadó. Let's give some love and some recognition.
Mistake from the Las Palmas defender, completely onside.
He's still helping out the team, defending, chasing balls, and that one-touch pass makes the difference because Ferran Torres' touch is too heavy. It's not a good reception, but then he makes the most of it with his left foot, smashing it.
Beating Silisons near post.
To secure Barcelona for this game, winning the 3 points. And
Let's go, man. Game over. Game over. Barcelona get the 3 points. Ferran coming around and finding his form. Ferran, he never lost the form.
Absolutely.
After scoring that hat trick, let me see.
He made that clearance turn into a poor one, didn't he, by Pezzolisi?
When was against who did he score the hat trick? Yeah, he scored the hat trick against Valencia. Look at the amount of minutes that he's played since then. He played 0 minutes against Sevilla, 9 minutes against Rayo, and today against Las Palmas, he only came on for what, 20 minutes? Usually when you score a hat trick, you're involved in the game, you play more minutes.
Barcelona in the end, we're heading back north.
But that just hasn't been the case.
With the 3 points, hasn't always been easy for them here. Still, Las Palmas are searching for what would be no more than the consolation.
Game over.
Yeah, another clearance, another interception by Pau Cubarsí. He was playing
Pau Cubarsí has been brilliant, man. He's been amazing. Bro, Ferran, he's been so valuable this season as a backup player. Whenever he's being called upon, he just manages to get on the score sheet.
In Spain and in England, this is now 11 games played in those respective top flights, and I think it's 9 away victories. Only 1 home win and 1 draw. Something in the air today. Well, the scoreline, Alex, when you look at this, months from now, will make it seem like it was relatively straightforward. It was anything but in the first half for Barcelona, wasn't it? But you have to credit the way they have taken command in the second.
Oh, Hansi Flick even wanted to bring on Pau Victor. No, but there's no time on the clock.
Wasn't doing properly in the first half.
Wait, I want to see an image of the Ferran goal.
Changing the way they played and making this Barcelona way more recognizable in the second half, but it hasn't been a walk in the park for them, for sure.
It will be their 9th away win of the season. They've now gone to a total of 38 goals scored as well. Away from them home, is something more to come as an exclamation point. This is Dani Olmo trying to tee up Balde. Las Palmas, they will stay just clear of the drop zone on goal difference, and we'll have have a big game to come next week.
There we go, boys.
Alex
Barcelona get the job done.
won't be celebrating, but his team, Alex, are back on top of the pile.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the best performance, but against a team against Las Palmas who make it very difficult. At the end of the day, you get the job done. You get the job done, and when you look at the La Liga table right now, let me show it right here for everyone. And we're top. 4 wins out of the last 5 in La Liga. Much, much better in these last couple of games. And now the pressure is on Real Madrid to continue their momentum or bounce back and see if they can get a result or two. But guys, that was it for the watch along. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I'll be back in a couple minutes with the match reaction, which we'll talk about the match a little bit. We'll talk about the controversial goal. The controversial offside goal, which it's not really controversial. We'll also look at Dani Olmo's goal, and as well as Ferran. But guys, as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Cuando me muera no quiero nada de tu vida.